as chilling and all that shit. But I was low-key paranoid that I was being annoying because I always had I think with some of the guys also they were always saying your boy shy gets drunk, but keep fucking talking, but then wanted at one point was very affectionate towards me, and then the other time they wanted to choke slam me against the wall.
If it makes you happy, go for it.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of Nonversations. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Abdul, and you are here with the boys, the OGs, Jason and Shavi. Shavi in the Bandar Naika and Jason Hulangawa. I know I said your names out loud, but
Yeah, that's new.
Well, we're back with episode 4, and today we're going to talk about drugs. We're going to talk about alcohol. We're going to talk about weed. We're going to talk about LSD. We're going to talk about personal stories.
Bathwater.
No bathwater this time. But I believe Shavi has brought an interesting topic for today also. Because keeping up the trend, Shavi has his own segment at the end of the episode where he brings up a disgusting story. But I'm excited for that.
Yeah. But then y'all already know this.
We'll get into it. But yeah, I want to know your personal opinion about drugs, about alcohol, about weed, about LSD, about medical marijuana, but about the whole lot. Jason, I hope you're ready. I'm starting with you, bro. Hit me up.
Yeah, so like as Shavi and I said in the last episode, I think this whole psychedelic drug topic is huge, and it needs like somewhat of an episode of its own. And my personal opinion on drugs, alcohol, weed, all that stuff is, I mean, and I think I have done this whole drinking, smoking up all this shit, and I'm not a huge fan anymore. Like I was I was a proper alcoholic and shit like that back in the day, but I don't think that I need that right now to function better. Like the person actually needs it, I guess. There's no problem.
Isn't it bad to need drugs? You should never feel the need. You should never feel like you need drugs. That's
Yeah, so I kind of fucked up here. So what I actually meant to say was you don't need drugs and alcohol to get over problems like stress or anxiety, but it's kind of unfortunate in today's day and age that people actually need it in that way to handle their problems.
It's interesting because I also have a very similar opinion because in my religion, there are a lot of things are not permissible, but if you leave the religious perspective aside, I just want to say that if you have not a need for it, but like Jason said, if you feel like you enjoy it, you have control over what you're taking or your limits to it, because obviously like you yourself, you outweigh the risks, the benefits of it, and then you sort of decide for yourself. And obviously if there's more harm done, then getting pleasure of it, then you have to be careful. But if not, I think you have to take control for yourself and you figure it out on your own. Because I think straight up damning so many I mean not drugs, but we talk about like weed, LSD, and there's a few those few things, alcohol as well. Instead of straight up damning it, I guess they should realize for themselves if they have control over it, and if they can make the right choices when you are under the influence of any of those. But Shavi, what do you think, bro?
the problem is everyone thinks they're in control, but they're really not. There are people who there are certain people I know who say they don't need cigarettes and stuff. Then they go a couple of days without it, and you can see them freaking itching themselves and stuff for cigarettes. So you tell me if they're really in control.
Right.
But yeah, so the opinion I had particularly on drugs was different. Drugs, I felt like it was a given no for me. Whereas alcohol was a special issue I had. It got me through a lot of shit. It put me through a lot of shit. And that was basically because of the way I was brought up. So alcohol was never really something that my family was into and stuff. My Apuchi doesn't drink, and no one drinks in my immediate family, at least. Or I don't know. I don't think they did. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Maybe my grandparents drank, and I think that's why the generation afterwards never really got into it, because I guess had bad experiences when the adults drank. And yeah, so that carried on to me. But since then I have tried. You all know a couple of stories of when I got drunk once, and in Sweden, and I almost killed, almost killed someone, but I did embarrass myself because I was paranoid about being annoying.
Dude, just tell the story, because a lot of people want to know this story when they meet
Tell
you.
us, story,
Just
bro.
say
Go for it, bro. You teased it in episode 1, I believe, if I'm
Yeah.
not
yeah.
wrong.
No,
You
I said
teased
it
in
didn't
episode
happen.
1. Yeah, you teased it, bro. You tell the whole story, and people want to know the story, bro.
Okay, so met a friend in Berlin through another friend of mine, and met 3 people, and we all got like pretty friendly. And after like 2 or 3 months later, I decided that I wanted to take a small break from Berlin and stuff because of various issues. And so I thought I'd go to another country, and then I realized I could go to Sweden. And so I texted these guys, blah blah, and I went there. And so when I went there, it was like everyone was talking Swedish and stuff, so I felt kind of weird. And then we went to a bar, and my friend offered me a beer, and I didn't really want to drink it, but then at the same time I felt weird to say no, so I drank it. And the thing is, I hadn't slept that day because I was worried about missing my flight. So I had like 2 hours of sleep in me, and then I hadn't eaten properly. I had all sweets and shit, so I basically my tolerance was non-existent. So I was drinking the beer really slowly because I fucking hate beer. Like, I can't drink it. It's bitter and shit. No offense to anyone who likes it, but I don't see the appeal. Uh, so then we had to leave, and so I didn't want to like throw the beer away, so I chugged the beer. So like 3/4 of the glass, I just downed it. It was disgusting. I downed it, so immediately I felt dizzy. Like I probably felt lighter. Like immediately you got that buzz. And after that, we went to one of my friends apartments, and then there they did 2 shots, and I joined in that. Then I was properly there. So I properly got there, and I told my friend, like, dude, I think I'm fucking drunk. He's like, okay, shall we pace this, like, don't drink anymore, just stay where you are. You're in a good place now. I was, chilling and all that shit. But I was low-key paranoid that I was being annoying, because I always had I think with some of the guys also, they were always saying, "Your boy Shai gets drunk, but keep fucking talking, but non-stop go on talking without break and shit." So I was paranoid about that. I was like, "Am I talking too much? Am I talking too much? Please tell me if I'm annoying. Please tell me if I'm annoying." And obviously that was the annoying part. And so after, we had to catch the bus. Okay, dude, and we had to run to catch the bus. I couldn't find my coat, first of all. So it was bloody cold. And then we had to run to the bus, dude. I felt like I was in the ocean, man. Like, I was running in a straight line, but my vision was going from here to there. And then after we got to a house party at a dormitory. And before we went in, one of my friends, so she offered a bottle of vodka to me. And I was like, I can't. I'm already gone. I can't do this. And then she kept insisting. I kept saying no. Then she took a huge swig of it. Okay. Then I felt not belittled, but I don't know. I felt competitive at that point. So I also took a huge swig. That was basically the end. So then I was gone. I was proper gone. I immediately wanted to sleep. Then my friends said, no, talk to other people and stuff. So I talked to a few people. I met a Sri Lankan who was born in Italy. She was nice, very friendly person. I think she was with a boyfriend. I was talking to both of them. And then I just yelled, I'm going to sleep. And then I crashed on the nearest bed. After, I don't remember shit, but apparently my friend and his girlfriend had to uh, like take me back to their place. And so I was blacked out. I can't remember shit. My friend had apparently slapped me like twice to wake me up. I don't remember any of that. And then they had to take me down the stairs. By taking me down the stairs, his girlfriend was in front of me. He was behind me. Halfway down the stairs, I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm going back to sleep. And I put all my weight on her. And these are like really steep flight of stairs. So I almost pushed her down. My friend had to like grab me by the hair or something to make sure I didn't push her down. And then that's about. After that, I slightly remember going back to her place and then me sleeping on. They had given like a mattress on the floor. I slept there. I woke up no hangover or anything, so that's there. But I owe them a lot because, dude, I didn't even know the girlfriend. I knew my friend obviously, but even I had only met him once before, and I felt proper bad about that. So yeah, that's the story from Sweden. I don't know if it's
Now
interesting.
everyone can stop asking me. They heard the story. Oh,
What is the
that's
story about Shavi? Here you go, bro. Here you go,
Shavi's
boys.
night in Sweden.
There are a lot of stories regarding alcohol, with a bunch of our friends also. But a lot of interesting stories,
We
to be
have a
honest.
lot. So yeah, so I'm not the only one with not embarrassing stories, but interesting stories. We've had a fuck ton of experiences.
We have a lot, bro. We had a lot.
Banda comes to mind where a couple of us saw people that weren't there, saw them teleporting. There was people going through different emotions at the same time. I remember one of them wanted at one point was very affectionate towards me, and then the other time they wanted to choke slam me against the wall. So yeah, that's alcohol, and I can't remember. I feel like there was more that happened.
Yeah, that was a part two of
That was
the whole the whole incident. I think Jason was there too. It happened again. Something very similar. Some dude got a little bit too fucked drinking alcohol and did a few things that
the same dude. The same dude.
same dude.
not some dude, same dude.
The same dude. My bad. My bad. Same dude.
The
did,
same dude that came up with the legendary quote, "Hit me up with that vision."
Fucking never forget
For
that shit,
people
bro.
who don't know what that means that he wanted his glasses.
I'm having deja vu, man.
He was seated on the chair and he asked Abdul for his glasses. So that's where the hit me up with that vision quote came up.
They fucking love that line, man. Like all of us cracked up, bro. We were all like a bit tense, and we were all like still feeling the sort of
PTSD from Banda.
exactly the PTSD, and then suddenly he gives up that quote, and then fuck, bro, it loosens us up, and then we start laughing our asses off. It's pretty interesting.
We've also had friends, steal stuff from a busy freaking bar on a Friday night. Basically from, I think, was it Dutch pub in
Yeah,
Dutch Hospital?
it all started.
Yeah, so basically this one friend, he stole a beer from there, went off with somewhere, because when we go to Dutch hospital those days, we used to meet up at one place, we used to drink and then like we used to group out into different things. People used to go to maybe botanic. Some people used to go to tap house. People used to do their own thing. This guy stole a beer. He just disappeared, and then like two of our other friends had to just end up paying for it. So yeah, that's another messed up story. Another alcohol escapade.
So yeah, alcohol escapades, dude.
Alcohol has very interesting effects, and a lot of times I've heard these fucked up stories related to alcohol. It's very hard to, not hard to hear, but it sort of shows the alcohol is like another level, when it comes to fucking you up. That's what I think, but I could be wrong.
No, if you think about it, it's kind of like it's kind of surprising that alcohol is still legal. I think it's only legal because it came out like ages ago. If it was something new, I'm pretty sure people would just straight up be like, no, fuck no, like this shouldn't be legal, because like you get far less harmful things than alcohol that are illegal. Like biggest example is obviously weed. People, yeah, like the bad effects, you can't even see the worst, because alcohol leads to people drunk driving, it leads to abuse and shit, it leads to violence. But there's still this demonization of other drugs for some reason, which
Dude,
is
I've heard a lot of medical benefits of taking marijuana. Like I just looked up this article some time ago, and I saw of how people could take weed, control the amount of weed to boost their confidence levels, to reduce their anxiety. It helps with sort of certain chronic back pain and some shit like that. But the whole point is, there are benefits that are there when it comes to these drugs, and I think some of these should be considered all right, you know, regardless
the
of what.
key is obviously moderation. No, only as long as you don't take too much of it, I think anything works. Except for a few things, but for the most part, alcohol, drugs, all weed, as long as you keep it in moderation, I think it's all good.
Yeah.
Because I mean now, like I'm pretty sure Jason remembers, I bought these CBD gummies. They tasted like shit. They gave me a headache. I don't know if that was placebo or not, but yeah, so that is supposed to, that doesn't get you high, but it apparently relaxes you and reduces fuck, and anxiety, uh, and stuff. So there's a lot of benefits. It's just that people go overboard. They think, okay, it makes me feel good, so they keep taking it, and then obviously it gets to a point where it becomes dangerous. Either they become dependent on it to feel good, or they just reach a dangerous level, and the body is no longer able to cope up with it, and body is just like, what the fuck is going on, and then they have a bad reaction.
Did you guys know that alcohol was once actually not was permissible in my religion a long time ago? This is when the prophet, I mean, back when you believe the last prophet was alive, and it was sort of like a weird, like, sort of stages to how it was banned from our religion. Like, first it was banned only when you're doing religious activities, because it sort of happened at the time where people used to perform religious acts while they were intoxicated. So they say things, in reverse, say things all fucked up, and it didn't make sense, and it was sort of disrespectful. And then after sort of that ban was there, that you're not supposed to take it when you're performing religious acts, people still used to keep doing it, in normal, what we call human style. People still used to keep doing it. And then afterwards, the prophet revealed that, I mean, from our God, but like prophet revealed that it was banned entirely. You're supposed to have it. And
Yeah, moving on from alcohol and weed, like I was watching a movie recently. It was called oh shit, what the fuck was the name of that movie?
Five Nights
Oh,
at
yeah.
Freddy.
No,
50 Shades of
no,
Grey.
no. So yeah, I was watching a movie recently. It was called Have a Good Trip, And in that, there's this one guy. His name was Louis Black. He was a comedian. So he, he's about 20, and it's basically the entire movie is about how these famous people did psychedelics and all this stuff for when they were young. This guy, Louis Black, he does this. I think when he's about 20, he decides to do some LSD, and so he does it, and then he starts tripping. He's with three of his friends, two chicks, and one of his close friends, a guy. So he does it, and then he starts vibing with these people, and halfway through, he forgets his name. Okay, and then he goes through this stage where he doesn't want to ask anyone, like, ask them for what his name is, because he doesn't want them to lose their vibe as well. So what he does is he takes out his wallet, and he's scared to open his wallet because he's scared that it will be full of Monopoly cards, dude. Okay, and
That's
then
the main
eventually,
fear, man. Fear of
yeah,
monopoly
so
cards.
it was a a legitimate thing, because he was honestly, this whole drug was making him not want to open his wallet and find out what his name is, even though he should know his name because he's 20, and like, can't forget your name like that.
What is name?
I love the reasoning, bro.
That's the best explanation. But
So yeah,
Oh, fuck.
eventually he opens his wallet, and he sees his driver's license and it says Louis Black, and then midway through the entire night he just tells his friends, "Hey, my name is Louis Black." So yeah,
remind himself.
that's the story. Yeah, that he was that happy that he reminded himself of his name that he had to tell everyone around.
Yeah, dude, I sort of compare LSD to, like, not compare, but like sort of put in the same level as dreaming. Because I feel like, in dreams also you sort of go into this weird state of mind and you sort of create stuff for yourself. And uh, I don't know, I feel like dreams are also very interesting. And if you could multiplayer dream, that was a thing.
Oh,
I saw a post about it, and I was like, fuck, if that was a thing, it would be fucking legit. If that was actually fucking possible, do dreaming multiplayer, fucking like, I'll hit you guys up. I'll be like, bro, I'm gonna get some sleep in like 5 minutes. You wanna join? It sounds fucking weird now, but if it was actually possible, no, it would sound lit, dude. Just imagine, we can explore like some fucked up, the insane universe with like swords, some shit. I don't know. It's just
What the fuck? Why is that the first thing? With swords.
I got like a Star Wars vibe for some reason. That was weird. I don't even watch Star Wars. I'm sorry for all the Star Wars fans watching.
No, you're not allowed to
Um,
make references if you don't.
No, I just think it'll be fucking cool, bro. Just think about it, just get into that sort of reality where you can do whatever you want, and um, you know, bring other people in and create like worlds and just do what the fuck you want.
You can do that on Minecraft, man. I think psychedelics is way too again demonized, because people think, oh shit, people. Okay, to be honest, I don't know about acid and stuff like synthetic psychedelics. I'm not too sure about, but like natural shit like shrooms, dude. That's genuinely something I want to try out eventually, just to see what it's like. I want to see what kind of things I can come up with. There's obviously I guess the biggest fear is that you go through this really bad trip, and there are people who've gone insane after like one particular bad trip. But those are rare cases, and that's like, I guess, the one argument people have against it being illegal and stuff. But I met a couple of people who show a different perspective of it. They say it helped them realize so many things. You mentioned that Steve Jobs did it and he came up with the iPhone, and now we got fucking Apple users that won't shut up about it because of that shit. Um, but yeah, so there's a lot of benefits to psychedelics as well. It's just that people are too afraid to get into it.
yeah, I don't know. I can join those people who bad trip on it as well, because I don't know, I have this mentality in my head. I think I'm already bad tripping, so if I do any of these hallucinogenics or something, I feel like I won't get back from tripping. Like, I'll just be constantly tripping for the rest of my life.
Exactly. So that's exactly you should know yourself basically.
Yeah, you gotta
And
be headstrong, basically. Yeah.
yeah, like like if you think that will happen to you, just don't take the drug. Like, think for yourself. It's like a lot of these rules are basically hand holding. It's just that because certain people can get messed up by the drug, they ban it for everyone else. Whereas this is different. Obviously, it's not like heroin or something. Like, don't fucking do heroin ever. That shit's proper messed up. But especially weed, psychedelics, like stuff like that, you like, if you properly trust yourself and you know without doubt that you're not going to go through a bad trip or anything, I think it's perfect. Like, and like, fuck, I'm going into bad territory here by like advocating the use of drugs, but
No,
like, I think with the right mindset, I don't think it's as bad as it is. It's
no, like
po-
I get what you're trying to say, because even in this thing I was watching, like one of the people in it, like towards the end when it was ending, they were like, the use of psychedelics, it should be done in like a condoned manner where they have like an establishment where people can go and they're supervised by other people, and like it's done under process.
no, like people say, like, especially when the first time you take psychedelics, you're always supposed to have someone sitting with you who's not gonna take anything, just so that in case you go on a bad trip, they can bring you back. Because problem with these drugs is they make you trip balls for long, like a really fucking long time. Like, what, 4 hours, 6 hours, you trip balls. That's a long time. So imagine going on a bad trip for that long, you lose your mind. So you need
Exactly.
someone to like keep you anchored.
So yeah, I think with that being said, I think the three of us, we don't condone, taking like, drinking, smoking weed, doing drugs and all that shit. But
Be smart about it.
yeah, be smart about it.
Be smart about it. And it's not black and white, basically. Like I used to think as well, it's not black and white. It's something that you look into yourself and say, can I handle this?
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching another episode. We'll be back next week. Thank you for all the support you've shown so far, and we'll see you next time.
I'm losing time again, trying to figure out